Drum roll. Here we are. We are live. Hi,
Awesome.
everyone.
We're live.
Yeah, we are live. So, welcome, everyone. Glad you're here. I am really honored to be here with Angel Chandler and Paul Capozio. Really super excited. And I want to welcome you. Let us know if you're watching this live or watching this on the replay, and what we want to share to you tonight with you. I want to get right to. We are going to go over 5 things that are really important to look for when you're looking at a home-based business, and why we have those 5 things right here, and we'll talk a little bit more about that. So what we want to talk about is product. You want a product that's effective. We have that. You want a company and a corporate office that supports you. You want incredible leadership who stretches you to grow, and you want a compensation plan, right? That's what part of what we're here for sure, and timing. So I am honored to be here with Angel Chandler. Angel has had incredible success in the industry. She's just absolutely brilliant and eloquent, and we are so blessed to have her here. And I'm honored to have Paul Capozio on. Paul is a founding Diamond Ambassador in New You Life, brilliant businessman, amazing coach, really good friend. So before I turn it over to these guys, I want to introduce myself. My name is Peg Tucker. I am a coach with New You Life. Before I found New You Life, I was a business owner. I was struggling, and I was looking for something. And a friend of mine mentioned to me, he said, "Hey, I found something that I'm really excited about." And I took a look at it, and I'm so glad that I was open to it, because it was an answer to a prayer for me. It was something that was unexpected, and although I was looking, I just never expected to find something that checked all the boxes. So again, if you are here, let us know something. If you're in this business already, in particular, put in the comments something that came to you from being part of New Life that was unexpected. Like, what does New Life mean to you? So I'm going to start really quickly with the product. My take on the product. I was looking for something to help me to feel better. I was 55 years old, just about to turn 56, and I was feeling old and exhausted. I had back issues, and I was really looking for something to feel better. When I saw this business model too, I was like, oh yeah, this is something that I know that I want. So let's see what I can do with it. Best decision I ever made. It's completely changed my life in the way I feel, in my energy. I feel just better in my own skin. I have a sense of well-being emotionally, and it has changed my appearance as well. And if you're listening and you haven't seen my before and after pictures, or if you haven't seen the testimonial group, ask the person who invited you here to get you in that group. So I would love to turn it over to Angel. If you want to tell a little bit about what you see in the product, and then we'll let Paul take over, because he's really got some great stuff to share with us.
For sure. Well, I actually, when I first joined Paul, when he told me about New Life, what really struck me was the skincare line, the Rose and Kohl. And so for me, it was like, oh, there's skincare. And, I actually got on a call with Alexi, and Paul introduced me to him, and I got to hear all about the science behind it, all about the reasons he chose the ingredients that he did, what it does for the skin. I loved that we had a selection where you can do it based on your own skin type, and you get to kind of customize your own package. So that really intrigued me. The great thing and the bad thing about the skincare line is it lasts for like 3 to 4 months. So I needed to try some other products, and I've just loved it. Everything from the Somaderm for me, experiencing like perimenopausal symptoms and being like, oh my gosh, this is helping me with that. And then knowing what we have coming out now with the Soma Night, a collagen product. I love that. They're kind of vanity products, right? But they're what we want. We want to age better. We want, none of us want to age quickly. We want to look great as we're aging. And so I'm really excited for that. I love the MLT. I love the other products. So having something that's consumable by people, they're going to keep on ordering it, obviously is key, but also something where I can say, hey, I'm going to tag you in like 3 or 4 testimonials. I want you to see what this product is doing for Peg. And, if it's a guy, go look at John's before and after. Like, it's incredible, that before and after, right? So having something where people are using it and building their stories was crucial for me. So I'll pass it over to Paul to share his take on the products.
Hi, guys. And you gave me so much material to work with, so I really appreciate it. I loved the fact I could go last, because you gave me more ideas. Well, number one, let's stick with Peg's thing, because the fact that she has this incredible before and after, in fact, one of the top before and afters in the entire company. And
Yeah.
if you look at it, I urge you, if you're watching this, especially if you're skeptical, which is about 90% of the people who watch something like this for the first time, go look and see her before and afters. It's almost surgical. So experiential products are important in a home-based business, because there's a lot of stuff out there. You'll take a vitamin C tablet. You know it's good for you, but it's really not doing anything. You don't feel anything. You don't notice any results. We just know it's good for us, so it's the right thing we should do. So having a company that has very, very unique category creating is a word that we use, because we literally created the hormone health category space, especially in home-based business. Imagine these are right up to the line of being pharmaceutical grade products, highly experiential, creating dramatic visible results and results you could feel. I think that makes the fact of being in business for yourself that much easier versus trying to sell a Me Too product. You talked about, your first attraction to our business was with Rose and Cole, right? Which is our skincare line. Okay. What I love about that is, especially being in a home-based business, having not too big of a product line, but a broad enough product line that you could let people buy what they want instead of trying to sell them something that you want to sell them. No one likes to be sold. They love to buy. Just ask Amazon. Oh, most of the people watching this have their Amazon app, right? So, and they're going to be on there like 24/7. I'll see something that's even good for a friend, and I'll go and buy it. I have more friends' addresses in my Amazon thing than is mine. So I think that people love to buy. Let them shop, and we create this environment. One thing I do want to mention that we haven't mentioned is we're known as the hormone health company. So everything we do with our Somatech technology influences or supports or manages your hormones. And we know, look, I'm 60 years old, guys. I literally just got back literally this morning from Hong Kong. And we had our international event out there. And no one believed that I was 60 years old. No one. So there's really some significant things happening with what the products are able to accomplish for people. And how about just feeling better or sleeping better? So I don't want to get into too much more detail on the product, but those are the things that hit me. And then the other thing is, well, we'll talk about, I got a great one for the comp plan. So I'll wait for that. I'll save some dry powder. Back to you, Peg.
Thanks. Thank you. Thanks, Paul. I had to unmute. Thank you so much. And you're talking about too, the amazing thing is the fact that you like jet lag, right? And traveling and I mean, all the days of travel that you put in and then being on 100%. And it's the stamina of being able to do those things. Like, that's incredible. I do things now that 20 years ago would have exhausted me, like travel. And my husband and I just put on a garage sale, and we normally were like, whoa, the end of the day, and we just we did it, packed up, and we were ready to carry on our weekend. It was things like that. Having all that energy is amazing. So the next thing we wanted to talk about is the company, the corporate office, having a team that supports us. And we have that. We have in our owner, who Paul's at his house right now. I don't know if maybe if Alexi's around, but he is just an incredible person that leads this company with such heart. I feel like he's like a walking heart, right? And that all trickles down. Everything we bring, you attract what you are. And he leads with such heart, and has the corporate office that we ask for something, and they're like, okay, we're working on that. They have an ear to what our needs are. So Angel, I'm going to let you take over, because you have a lot of experience on this subject as well.
I do. I started in the industry 11 years ago, and I, by God's grace, got to work very closely with a lot of CEOs and CMOs and all of that, and with corporate teams. And, it's a blessing and a curse sometimes, right? And you build these close relationships, and you really get to know them well. But you also kind of see the behind the scenes sometimes of companies, and you also see how things can fall apart. And so before I met Paul, I was actually out of this profession for a while, because the last team I had built, which was, thousands of people, fell apart because of corporate issues, right? and corporate decisions and decisions we didn't agree with as a field. And, you know, those things happen. It just happens. It's part of it. So getting to know the corporate team and getting to understand New Life and what we have here was a big thing for me, because now I had standards, right? I wasn't going to settle for anything like that again. I really wanted to know it was solid. I wanted to know what their vision was. I wanted to know how they felt about their distributors. Was it, you know, just who were they? And so, yeah, getting to meet Alexi right from the get-go was huge for me. Seeing you guys go to Costa Rica, because I kind of did. I played behind the scenes for a long time, right? I observed. I made calculated decisions here, but it was good for me. That's what I had to do. You know, it's building that trust back up again and really understanding who the team and the corporate team are. So I'm in love with it here. I think that, you know, we're at a position where we already know what's established here, but the growth that we can do here, the vision that we're moving into, the way they're expanding, the way they're bringing in more products, the way that they're working with the field and wanting to expand with us is huge for me. So I'll pass it over to Paul about the company to move forward.
Again, you teed me up perfectly. So I think, considering a home-based business, like, why does it matter how great Alexi is? Why does it matter all this? Well, let me tell you why. Number one, the first thing to realize is, when you're in a home-based business, you don't want to bite off more than you can chew. No one wants another job. They want something that could generate an extra $500 to $1,500 a month. Many of us are making a hell of a lot more than that, but let's just stay in a reasonable number that people feel they could achieve, right? Well, you know, there's a lot of barriers to starting your own business. If you want to open up a donut shop, you got to rent a location, right? You got to build it out. You got to buy a donut machine, right? You got to figure out how to make donuts. And in anything, even if you wanted to start make pot holders and crochet pot holders, and you want to sell on Etsy, you're doing everything from the production, the ideas for the product, the production of the product, the shipping of the product, handling returns. And then on top of it, become some sort of social media or belly to belly personality, because people will only buy from people they like, know, and trust. So now you got to be the sales department. You got to be the R&D department. You have to do all of this stuff. What New Life accomplishes for us, right, under the hand of Alexi and his entire corporate staff, is that the ideas for products and services done by them. The funding of the development of those services, the shipping, the whole transaction part of it. So when I talk to someone and say, Paul, you look great. What are you doing? Well, tell you what, I use these two products. You may want to think about them. Here's my website. Go and buy something if you like. When they do that, when that transaction occurs, that next Friday, I get a check. Well, I actually get direct deposit into my bank. I get it every Friday, like clockwork, and it's been that way for almost 6 years, without missing a beat. So I think that's the value of having a great partner company behind you. Now, there's a lot of good partner companies in this industry. There is a lot of competition. Let me give you some food for thought, okay? And I just told this before 4,500 people in Macau, China, that the average company in our industry, the network marketing industry, yes, you're listening to a network marketing opportunity. Find out the information of this highly regulated industry, because it's not what you think it is. Okay, I'm a dyed-in-the-wool Wall Street finance guy. Trust me, you don't know about this business until you do the research and understand the Federal Trade Commission and the FDA. We have FDA-registered products, manufacturing facilities. So let's talk about the elephant in the room. What does a good company mean? Well, it's well run and the people are fair, et cetera, et cetera. But how about a company, the average company, to make it to the direct selling top 100 list, the top 100 companies in this industry, okay, are highly recognized, highly financially stable companies. We hit that list. The average company on that list has about 14 products. The average company on that list has been in business for 10 to 15 years. The average company on that list is operating in at least 15 countries. New Life did that in about a year and a half, did it with one product, and we were operating only in the United States and just barely opened Hong Kong when we made that list. So success leaves clues, right? So you don't only want to be with a good, stable, financially sound company where you have zero debt. Yes, that's really good. But how about a company in momentum that has achieved records that have never really been done before in the industry. And I think that's important because, everybody has their team, right? So maybe you're a Steelers fan, maybe you're a 49ers fan, but doesn't it feel good when your team goes to the Super Bowl, right? Doesn't it feel extra special? So why not be with a Super Bowl, grade company? So that's my thoughts on that, guys. Back to you guys. And I think
Thanks.
Oh, okay.
Thank you. I love that you said that, Paul. Talking about the company with having the momentum and what this company does for us, and that there are good and bad, right? Yes, there are other good companies. And Angel, you talked about having standards. I experienced both. I experienced good and bad. And when I look back, I'm like, wow, that was like a circus, So one of them that I was involved with. But I'll tell you, this is something like I said, when I came in here, I came for the money. I came to feel better. And I have found my best friends here. Like these two people that I'm getting to do this with, I treasure them so much. And I'm so grateful to have them in my life. I get to learn from them. Like the coaching that I get from Angel and from Paul and from the other leaders is priceless. So that's another thing that you get when you come in here. That people pay so much for coaching, and everyone's a coach now, right? But when you get to learn from people who have experienced and who have had success, and they want to share with you, they want to help you, and so you are the mentee for a long time, and then you become the mentor, and you get to turn around and help the next person. So that's what I love, and I appreciate you both so much. Angela, I'd love to hear your take on that, on leadership.
On leadership, absolutely. I think what I love seeing here is the quality of leaders that we're attracting into this company, right? People are taking a look and seeing what's here, just, like myself and like Paul and like you, Peg, and just seeing this and being like, there's something different here. There's something I want to tap into. This is one of those rare opportunities in home business where everything kind of aligns. But what I love for somebody who's either brand new coming in, or maybe they've tried like 10 different companies and this is their 11th, right? For your $59 annual fee that you're paying, and we talk about this on Saturdays, you're getting thousands of dollars of free coaching. And this is stuff, Paul has spent a lot of money on personal coaching. Over the years, I don't even know how many thousands of dollars I've spent on coaching and courses and all of that, right? But we're bringing all of that together, and we continue to educate ourselves and bring this into the team so that anybody coming in, they're going to get everything from beginner to expert level coaching when they come into this team, right? And I really think that's a selling point for us. I think that that's a recruiting point for us. When you're talking to somebody and they may be taking a look at a few things, like, well, I really want you to see my team, though. I really want you to see the leadership here, because you're not going to get this kind of coaching everywhere. You're not going to get this one-on-one coaching too, right? This time with the leaders. And that's what I love about our timing, is that you can come into this and you can talk to us one-on-one. You can get on a call with us. You can line up a three-way with Peg or myself or Paul, and it's going to happen. Years from now may not be that easy, right? Like that may be reserved for a certain level of team members. So it's exactly that. I'm so excited for what we have here. And I really encourage people just to put your blinders on, put your focus on to the leadership and the training that's here, and go and run with your business. So I'll pass it to Paul.
Yeah, I got nothing. No, I'm kidding. So first off, I think the training, if you know this is network marketing and you understand that you're going to be interacting with people, and you all are on social media. So if you spend more than 15 minutes a day on social media and you're posting things and posting a picture of your mashed potatoes, from your last meal, this is how this business runs, right? We're communicating with people. But once you know it's involving products, and once you know it's network marketing, and you still have that feeling in the pit of your stomach, or maybe there's some negative reaction to it, it's really, let me tell you what that feeling is. You don't know if you could do it or not. That fear of the unknown is what the problem is. And I think that's where this coaching, training, and the people who have gone before you and made the mistakes before you are going to be of such value. And I think a lot of people have tried this business before, and they got signed up on some hypey call about, you got to act now, and time is limited, and all this. Time is not limited, guys, because I'm not going to get involved with a business that I think has a window of a year and a half. I'm looking for what I call residual positive cash flow retirement. I'm looking for money coming in for the rest of my life, not going out for the rest of my life. So I think that's what created, but how you're not going to get there without somebody holding your hand. So just signing up for something and spending a couple of bucks and then never hearing from that person again, which is pretty much the standard in this industry, is not the way we designed the company and not the way that we have designed our team. I want to talk about Angel and Peg. Don't let them fool you. They are some of our top coaches, trainers, and it's because they've evolved as women. They've evolved, and not only are they beautiful faces to look at, they've evolved into something. They've taken personal development to the next level. So on top of selling products, making money, getting your skill set, how about really taking your own personal development that helps you improve your personal relationships, your business relationships? Maybe you never saw yourself as a business owner. Right? What's the difference between this and Uber? Well, the difference is that you really are your own company. Uber really is you wait for that thing to come in on the screen. Oh, I'll take this order. I'll go drive somebody. I'll make that money and I'll go back and do it again. Right? That's a job. Now, the only benefit of the job, why people love it, is they can turn that app on and off and like somewhat on demand. But are you building wealth, or do you have the potential to build wealth driving Uber? You really don't. It's really paying for your time. Where here, you're building people. And when you build people, you're building the ability for you to have a long-term wealth building concept. Whatever wealth means to you. Maybe it's $100 a week. Maybe it's $100,000 a month. Whatever that number is, and it all starts with the first dollar. Thanks, guys. Sorry, I felt myself going on a rant there, so I pulled back.
No, so good. Thank you, Paul. So now you can see, if this is your first time being exposed to Paul and Angel, you can see what I'm talking about, getting to have coaching from them. And, we want to talk about the compensation plan. And I'm not a good person to talk about the compensation plan, but I can tell you that when I started my business, and even during running my business, I was a store owner. To be able to start a business for $59 and start making money is incredible, absolutely incredible, because the money that I had to put in to my store to just make a paycheck was ridiculous, right? And so now we've got this e-commerce platform that you get to pay $59 to start a business. And I just know that having this now for me, like whether if you're looking for retirement money or just more money to have more fun, or if I had this money, if I had this business when I had young kids, my life would have been completely different. I wouldn't have had the stress of, oh, hon, I don't know if we can do that. To be able to to be able to say yes more is what it's given to me. So I'm going to turn it over to you guys to talk a little bit more about the compensation. Angel.
I was muted. Yeah, for me, Peg, it's exactly that. It's the ability to understand how to make money and not have it be too complicated, right? What I love about the New Life compensation plan is that it's based on volume. It's easy to understand. You go into your back office, you can immediately see where you're at rank wise, what you need to do to achieve the next rank. It's not complicated, so anybody can be shown how to do this. I love that we've got a retail commission. So, we all know that the influencer industry out there is huge right now. You bring in some people who just want to make the retail commission. They can do that. You can tap root into their people. The possibility here is huge. So I think exactly that what you said. It's just being able to show people there is the ability here to make money without jumping through those hoops. That for me in this profession was something I saw all the time. So I'll pass it to Paul because he's the expert here on the commission.
Well, first thing I want to point out is Peg's opening line when she said, I'm going to let Angel and Paul talk about this because I'm not really that big on the comp plan. That's the beauty of the business. Imagine being able to start your business without knowing everything, without going to college, without spending, months and months of training. Imagine spending over $1.5 million on a McDonald's, then having to have the McDonald's built, and then you have to go to hamburger making school on top of it all, right? Where here you could literally, number one, try as you buy. So if you're watching this, we want you to start plugging into the training. We'll put our money where our mouth is, not charge you a penny. Get into our calls, go into our Facebook groups. Who's ever letting you watch this, say, look, just put me in the Facebook groups. Be a fly on the wall and see what we do. That's number one. Number two, let us build the business for you while you're learning. And I guarantee you with each call that we do, even including explaining it to your prospects or your friends or family, as that's done for you over and over again, And we have simple systems, and Angel does a great call every Saturday morning on how to get started. And I've been in the business probably, since the beginning, literally. And I still watch that call and participate in that call. And they've said, oh my God, I can't believe I forgot to do that. I'm doing this 6 years, right? I forgot to do that again. So let's talk about the comp plan real quick. Guys, listen, it is a volume-based plan. So the more product that's sold, the more money you're going to make. But since it's network marketing and you building teams of people, guys, I'm going to confess something on this call that a lot of people don't know. Probably this month, I don't have a single new customer, but yet I'm one of the top earners in the company. Why is that? Because I've invested my time building other people who really love to get customers, people who love to show things on social media, or maybe they're belly to belly people, or maybe they drive an Uber. I have a lot of Uber drivers. And while the people are in their car, they're talking about, hey, how do you feel? Or you look jet lagged. I have something I can recommend for that. All of those things are opportunities. The comp plan pays you 5 different ways. Angel, you hinted at it. Number 1 was retail, right? You could literally just advertise products in whatever way you see fit. We could help you with that on proven methods, and you can make money off of selling products. Then other people are going to say, well, gee, how do I get my products cheaper? Well, hey, if you sell the products or recommend them, especially if you have a great result. That's why when I said experiential in the beginning, like Peg's before and afters have sold not only tons of bottles for her, but tons of bottles for the entire company, because people want results. Now you could say, hey, I think I could sell that product too. Now you have a team that you're building. And as that team grows and those teams start to add additional people, that's where the whole network marketing concept comes in. And you're getting a small piece of all of those transactions. Now, it started for me with one person, a fireman that I met online at Whole Foods, and it's expanded to tens of thousands of people all across the world. I literally got back from Hong Kong this morning. Tens of thousands of people all over the world. Just give it time to grow and expand. And what are you looking for? You're looking for people who are looking. You're looking for people who want to be better and be healthier, to understand that hormones are probably the most effective way to get started in your health and wellness plan. If your hormones are out of balance, nothing else is going to work. I joked about vitamin C earlier on. Your vitamin C will be a hell of a lot more effective when you're in homeostasis, which is a balanced level of hormones and body balance. Then, as those teams start to grow and you become like Peg as a coach, then you start helping people grow their business. Now the income tends to increase because the company pays those who help others more than the people who don't help others. So it's very simple. I want to keep you curious on the compensation plan, because I'd love to sit down one-on-one or 2-on-1 with you and explain it to you to figure all these things out. So here's what I'm going to tell you. If you're thinking about a home-based business and you don't consider this, I think you're making a mistake. Now, I'm biased, I get it, but I can prove it to you. It's up to you to give us the chance to be able to explain to you what we have here and why it's so different. Maybe you want to just try a product to see if it works for you. One of the biggest answers we get are, well, let me see how it works for me, and then I'll talk to other people. Well, that's great. I'm not sure the person who sold you your last McDonald's hamburger really cares if you liked it or not. They just wanted to get that burger out that window. Here, we can really make a difference for people. So I don't know how you want to wrap it up, Peg, but I'm here to add any more color if you need be.
Well, I want to wrap it up with timing, Paul, and then we want to let people know how to get started with us too, right?
Sure. Angel's the person for timing.
Yes, and she is. And I just want to say really briefly about the timing. The timing of the industry in general, right? I was thinking about the fact that I got to come up, say, hey, hon, I'm going upstairs for half an hour to do, right? Instead of, hey, I'm packing up my slide projector and going to a hotel room to do a presentation. It's the timing that we're in right now. Angel and I just had a great Zoom call with someone on the other side of the world yesterday that, it's not your mom's Mary Kay business, right? It's so much better, so much more fun. And like I said, you get to meet your best friends here too.
And you're not buying thousands of dollars worth of inventory and then trying to sell it. This is all digital e-commerce where you give people a website and then the rest is on them. You know what I mean? Absolutely. And we do follow up and we do customer service. We're like personal shoppers. Go ahead, Angel. I'm sorry.
No, I agree. And I love it. Like, we work from our phone. right? You can literally have your phone with you. You have your business with you all the time. Everybody right now needs some extra cash. Everybody, what if you could replace a grocery bill or a gas bill or whatever it is? And just like Paul said, then you have the potential of growing as big as you want to. And what I love about New You Life is being able to come into that sweet point in time that we have here. There's other companies out there where you're being hit up by 10 different people every single week on the same company, the same products. They're trying to sell it in a different way, but it's the same product in the same company. So it is essentially competition. And with New You Life right now, especially in the US and especially in North America, you get to come in right now and decide which piece of the market share you want. How big are you going to grow your business? Are you going to be the top leader in the US that is building a team here? That potential is still here, which I love. But we've got a super unique product that nobody else has. We have no competition. So I really can't imagine a more perfect alignment of product timing and business timing than what we have here right now. And so whether or not, you might be watching this and you've been a distributor for a year and a half, 2 years, and you haven't done anything yet. Why? Like this, there's not going to be any better opportunity out there. There's not going to be any timing. And the worst thing that you don't want to have happen is missing this timing, right? You don't want to be going, oh my gosh, I could have done it. I didn't do it. I didn't dig in. I didn't take the action. I didn't do the 5/5. Like that's for our distributors. If you're watching this and you're a new person, you've been maybe kind of, peeking behind the curtains for a little while, or somebody's brought you here. If you're looking, if you know that you need this, if you're iffy, like Paul said, maybe you feel like you can't do it, you can. Because really, honestly, if any of us can do it, you can do it too. There's nothing special here, but you get to be led by success steps, right? You get to be shown how to do that. And so all of the systems are in place. You get to plug in and do this with us, but you get a special timing where you literally can take off with this as big as you want it to be without that competition, without, a product that's competing against 500 other products in the same category. Being a category creator is huge. Being a hormone health company, name one person that doesn't have hormones. Name one person that doesn't want to age like the way that we're aging and the way that we're seeing people aging on these products. Again, look at Peg's picture just for that perfect example. So I would just recommend anybody taking a look at this, jump in and just do it and just see what happens. Jump in for the next 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. Commit to yourself, commit to what you want to do here, commit to just your future. What if a year from now you're sitting in the exact same place and you didn't take that action? How does that feel? And if that makes you feel yucky inside, it's time to do something about that. And most people who come into network marketing had that yucky feeling of I've got to do something. And this is the place to do it. Go research the industry. I spent night after night for like 7 nights when I first found this profession. I was like, oh my gosh, I don't want to go into network marketing. I can't do this. And I found all the coolest people with all the coolest stories, with doing all of the most amazing things, living the best lives, spending money on charities that I wanted to be able to work with and do, and seeing them do this kind of stuff. It's so much bigger than just coming in for your package and deciding to do a business. It's you're deciding on yourself. You're saying, yes, I can. It's time for me. It's time for my family. It's time for my future. And you're doing it with the best company out there. And yes, we are biased, but honestly, we've done our research. And I know from experience that this is the best opportunity out there. So I'm excited to see any new people that, want to come in, want to join this team. If you're watching this on, either the live or the replay in the group, find out, go back to the person who invited you here, invited you to the group, and just let them know it's your time. And get your spot now, because man, we're going to be on this like massive momentum push. So you don't want to be left behind on that one.
Well, look, let me put it in perspective too. If you're watching this, 99.9% of you have never even heard about New You Life. You've never even heard about Somaderm or MLT or Soma Night or any of the other products we have. You don't even know about them. So there's in the opportunity and the timing that Angel was talking about, right? There's still so much runway. Be like, oh, well, this is a new company. How about if I told you that we've exceeded over, in the last 5.5, almost 6 years, exceeded over 850 million in sales, closing in on 900 million with a goal to get to $1 billion, in a very short period of time. So we're not talking about this startup $5 million a year company. In fact, our first year, I think companies like Google and Facebook, these companies started out in their first year of business and did maybe between 8 to 15 million. Back in 2018, when I first started, I actually started November of 2017, but our 2018 numbers, we did 60 million our first year. So there's definitely the desire, and this monolith of a company that you've never heard of is the opportunity. And we're not talking about, we're not going to ask you to hit you up for $5,000 to get started. You could literally, for a couple of $100, get started, get product, be in the business, and start training. Now, I know, Angel, you're going to go into packs a little bit. Are we going to do that, Peg, or no?
Sure.
Okay, well, you could if you want to, but let me make a point.
Okay.
The point is that you can really take this to the next level if you investigate it. We know it's not a lot of money, so it's very, very low risk. But what's going to hold you back is your ability to follow the simple steps that we teach you. And I want you to do it the way we do it. Because we're smart? No, because we've worked out all the steps you need to take. And if you really want to make money in this business, you have to be duplicatable. How do I know that my teams in Korea or China or Australia, New Zealand are doing the same thing that I'm doing so that the next person does it the same way? Can we make tweaks along the way? Can you personalize your business? Of course you can. But first, just like if you started a new job, do it the way we're telling you to do it. And then add your nuances to it. Why? Because you could start making money day one if you follow the simple systems. Now we're going to tell you about what it's like to get started. We don't want to put any, there's no monkey business in the comp plan, but figure out what level you want to spend to get involved with, and let's go to work.
Angel?
Yes. Oh, you guys want me to go into packs?
Sure.
Yeah, sure. You do this so well.
Absolutely. Yeah. So like Paul said, you can get started for as little as $1.99. That can get you a bottle of Somaderm. You start to experience the balancing of your hormones, and you get your business, and you get this whole leadership and support. You have a whole back office. The $59 covers your whole back office. It's your business in your hands. You can log in with your phone. You can see all the activity, your teams, your CRM, everything's back there for you to really see. You can go up, you can start saving some money. We have 4 packs, we have 8 packs where you save some money per bottle. And that also gets your business started better, right? You have some bottles to be able to share with people. You can start letting others experience it right in front of you, let them know about it. And then they can start ordering from you through your site month after month after that. We've got multiple packs that mix our products up. A lot of people love the MLT and the NeuroV and the Fortress. There's different packages that mix that up. And now we've got the Soma Night and all of those different products. So you really understand what your needs are. You're the only one who's going to know what the best products are for you. But talk with the person who's sharing this with you and find that out. Take a look at our products. Go through their website and figure out which one's better. And this is the only business where there's this little bit of overhead, right? Like we're literally talking $59 because you're getting product for the other
year.
A year, exactly. That's your overhead. That's your business overhead. You don't have to spend another dollar if you don't want to. You don't have to pay marketing dollars. You don't have to do anything. This is your business in your hand on your phone, being able to make an income. If you just want to pay for your product and get, make enough to pay for that product, great. If you want to make hundreds, thousands of dollars, just like Paul was saying, you can do that too. So choose which one's right for you, whatever starting point that needs to be. I love that it's affordable, and I love that there's an option for people who really want to go all in and just build this big fast and, know that people are going to want this product and want it in their hands. And, we've got business owners and professionals and everybody coming in that see this product and are like, oh my gosh, like this is something I want to get my hands on. I want in my business. I want for my customers. I want for my clients. So no matter where you're at, this is either in addition to something you're already doing or something that you get to start right now and be one of the first distributors in the US doing this. So I find that so exciting. So I'll let you guys take it over from there.
Angel, thank you so much. And Paul, thank you so much. I appreciate you both more than I can say. And I just want to say to you, if you're still watching or if you're watching on the replay, if you're still watching right now, there's a reason. Right. So get back to the person who shared this with you and come to our call on Saturday so we can get you started. And if you're still here, welcome. Thanks, you guys.
Thanks, guys.
Bye-bye. Thanks for watching.